The same applies to the journey to healing. If you know your destination before you start, it's easier to navigate how to get there. Now, I didn't say it was easy to get there. I just said it was easier. There's no one size fits all. There's no magic bullet. There's no magic potion or lotion. It takes understanding where you're at and where you want to go. You got to get clear because some of you aren't clear on what your destination to health looks like. Some of you are very unclear on what health is. We got to get clear on that. It is important to know your starting point and to know where you're going. You first have to know where you are. Welcome to the premiere episode of the Heal Deal podcast. I really can't believe I'm doing this right now. I mean, this has been just an idea of mine for quite some time, but I knew that before I did this, I had to be committed and be able to put my energy into this because when I put my mind to do something, I'm very all or none. I want to do it right or not do it at all. But I know this is still going to be part of a journey. I'm learning as I go, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And a lot of this that I'm doing with the podcast has really helped me reflect on my own life. If someone said I was going to be hosting my own podcast in 2022, I would have been like, yeah, right. Because I used to be so shy. I was afraid to order pizza. But that's another story for other times. I'm going to be sharing a lot about my story and how I got here and what I do. But instead of having this whole episode about my life, I'll just share parts of my journey in future episodes as it relates to the topic at hand. But this is the first episode, and I'm just going to be setting the stage. You'll get a chance to get to know me a little better, where I come from, and what to expect. Because I'm going to take you on a journey, and I really am expecting that you will get a lot out of this. I have about 20 years of experience. I'm very passionate about health and wellness. And I'm just excited. I got so much I want to share, and this is the perfect platform to do that. But, the only thing I want from you is that you feel, deal, and heal. That's it. That's your deal. That's the heal deal. So let's have fun with this. I just want to be relaxed and just really talk from the heart and share questions that I've been getting over and over again. And we hope that this podcast is not just a part of my journey, but a part of your journey as well. And just really answering a lot of those questions that you have, because at the end of the day, my goal is to get you closer to where you want to be. All right. So let's go into some questions that I have for you. I want you to have them in the back of your mind so that as we go on this journey together, you'll start to reflect and build on these topics that we're going to discuss. First, we need to see where you're at and make sure you're in the right place, because there's a lot of podcasts out there, and I'm very thankful you found this one, and I aim to please. So let's get started with some questions. What concerns you the most about your health? What do you want to change? Why are you here? What do you want to get out of this? Are you concerned about your weight? Are you concerned about your energy levels? Are you lacking the energy to get through the day? Are you trying to thrive on coffee and energy drinks? Let me know what's going on. These are some things that we need to talk about. Are you living with a chronic disease such as high blood pressure or diabetes, or maybe some digestive issues or autoimmune disease? These are real life things that are happening to all of us, and even many of us that have our hearts in the right place. There's a lot going on, and not enough attention is put on real health, the truth about how we get sick and what we can do to change this around. You may have already tried and invested in medication, supplements, and other remedies and still struggle to get well. Is that you? The people I work with are extremely intelligent. And most of the women I work with are professional women. They have families, they have careers, but for some reason, they just can't get their health right. It's just so much going on, and we don't want to give up, but sometimes we want to. I'm just here to let you know it's okay. So just know that you're not alone. You are not alone. There are so many women, that are dealing with this. And a lot of us tend to keep it to ourselves or think that we're the only ones dealing with this problem or just think there's no answers. But there are. And not only am I here to give you the real deal and maybe share some tough love from time to time when I'm exposing this truth that you need to know, but just also want to give you hope and know that you're not alone. You're not crazy. You're not imagining things because I'm going to help explain how we got here. Why do we feel the way we do? It's all part of a journey. A journey isn't just where you're going, it's about where you're at now and how you got here. I know how frustrating it could be. You don't feel well, you don't look well, you can't figure out why. And these challenges I have faced with helping not just myself, but my clients, it's what inspired me to start this podcast. I personally struggled with weight loss resistance and chronic fatigue. I was already 70 pounds overweight when I learned I was pre diabetic with fatty liver disease and gallbladder disease. And I knew this would affect my future if I did not get my health in order. I've seen what diabetes can do to the body. I've seen what chronic disease can do to the body. And me being a mother of two boys, I had my children at 36 and 40. And being an older mom, I joke around and said I had my own grandbabies. But anyways, like having my children older, I knew that I really had to take care of my health. I had to take care of me because I wanted to be in their lives for as long as possible. So I was on a mission to discover what was missing. And I thought I was doing the right things. I wasn't eating fast food. I thought I was eating pretty good. I exercised. I was taking my handful of supplements every day, but I still ended up sick. And apparently, what I was doing wasn't enough. So I had to go deeper. There was something I didn't know. And because of my why and my purpose for getting better, I had to invest in my knowledge. Just know I did have some low moments, but it seemed like these moments is what pushed me to change. I mean, at the rate I was going, it was either do or die. I'll just put it that way. But I decided to do. And I just started investing in my own healing journey. I got trained by some of the best. I read books. I was a seminar junkie, and I was willing to do what it took to discover what was missing. And not just only in my health and what I needed to do, but to help others as well. Because it was embarrassing to sit up in my office, tired and overweight, and patients are coming to me saying, "Hey, can you help me?" And I couldn't get my own health in order. So I had to find out what it really takes to succeed at getting well. So I did a lot, and I wouldn't I wouldn't take it back. I wouldn't take it back for anything. My healing journey has really changed my life in so many ways. And even though it hasn't always been easy, I am grateful. I've learned a lot, and this experience has helped me get my health and my life back. It has really equipped me to help and effectively guide others just like you. And it's just such a blessing, and I'm just honored to be called to do this work. And this podcast is another step in my journey. I'm still healing. Part of my healing is sharing my story and sharing my experience because this is some good stuff that I'm gonna be sharing. And what's the point of keeping it to myself? It's about giving you the strategies to help you succeed. So this is another channel to reach people that I wouldn't have normally met and continue to help lives change. And once you understand the real definition of health and learn how to walk through the stages that you must all go through in order to achieve it, then it makes that journey all the better. I think we all have a bad perception on what healing looks like. We think it's a straight line, and it really isn't. It's actually pretty bumpy. That's the real deal. It's bumpy, it's challenging, it's hard. But when you get those breakthroughs, when you start to experience that freedom on the other side, it's just an amazing feeling when you have those wins and those breakthroughs. This isn't about a quick fix. This is a lifestyle, because as soon as you get to one level of your life, you're going to be able to see the next level. And that's what that journey is. So when people are looking for quick fixes, they're just going from fix to fix to fix to fix. They're just bouncing around and not getting anywhere. This is about the person who is looking for a lifestyle fix. So if that person is you, you're ready to change your thoughts, you're ready to change your life. This podcast is for you. So go ahead and subscribe and keep listening. I'm going to be here every week, and I'm going to really take a deep dive into the healing process. So when you start to apply these strategies and start to change your mindset, it's not only going to help your health, it's going to help your life, it's going to help your relationships, it's going to improve your outlook, it's going to improve how you see the world. So every week I will take a deep dive in the healing process and provide the real information on what it truly takes, not to only just get healthy, but to also stay healthy. Okay, let me say that again. It's a journey to get healthy, is also another journey to stay healthy. Another thing that I want to share before I get started, again, I'm just setting the stage and kind of giving you an idea of where I stand and what direction I'm going to be going in. But just know that I believe that the main reasons why so many of us have failed in the past when it comes to achieving our goals is that it's due to the lack of understanding of where we are, where we want to go, and how to get there. I think literally there's too much going on where it's the blind leading the blind, or we're just shooting darts hoping it'll stick. No plan, no preparation. We're just, let's see how it goes. And I'm going to tell you right now, we cannot handle our health that way. Our bodies are precious. Our bodies are a vessel to fulfill our purpose in life, and we need to take care of it, and we need to nourish it. We need to love it. We need to honor that. So just know that in this healing journey, it's more than just going to the gym every now and then and taking some supplements and eating the latest fad. It is so much deeper than that. It takes so much more. If it was that easy, we wouldn't be struggling the way we are. I mean, with our health and wellness issues. Okay. So just like any journey, the healing journey requires preparation. The journey to healing is no exception. We do need to prepare. We need to prepare our minds. We need to prepare our homes. We need to prepare our bodies. We need to know what works. We have to make sure we're doing it the right order at the right time. And you really got to know your destination before you start. Because sometimes not only do we have to understand where we're going, we also have to understand where we're starting from. Just like when you're using your GPS, what does the GPS have to know? If you want to go to an Airbnb in Dahlonega, Georgia, to get to that destination, you have to know where you're starting, correct? The same applies to the journey to healing. If you know your destination before you start, it's easier to navigate how to get there. Now, I didn't say it was easy to get there. I just said it was easier. There's no one size fits all. There's no magic bullet. There's no magic potion or lotion. It takes understanding where you're at and where you want to go. You got to get clear, because some of you aren't clear on what your destination to health looks like. Some of you are very unclear on what health is. We got to get clear on that. It is important to know your starting point and to know where you're going. You first have to know where you are. So now that you know where you are and where you're going, you got to identify why you want to get there. You got to have a strong why, because the stronger the why, the easier the how. Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want the energy? For example, my why is because I had my children older. I wanted to be in their lives for as long as possible. I have two boys, and it's very important that I have the energy to keep up with them. So when you have that why, it keeps you going even when it's hard, because your goal, your destination, your reasons for getting to where you want to go is going to be the reason why you don't stop. So when things get difficult or you get stuck, you're going to figure out what it's going to take to keep going. So you got to have a strong why. So if your why isn't good enough and it's kind of weak, that's probably why you keep giving up, because you don't want it bad enough. You got to want this. You got to decide to be healthy no matter what. And once you get that mindset, nothing will stop you and you will figure it out. You're going to educate yourself. You're going to get to know yourself better. You're going to understand where you are. And once you get clear on that, then you'll be able to align yourself with the research, the map, the strategies of how you need to get there. You have to figure out what is required. Okay. There's no sprinkle dust that I can sprinkle and everything will work out. It's going to take some work. It's going to take commitment. It's going to take action. These are the things that are required in your journey. A lot of us want it easy, but you got to put some skin in the game. You got to do some work. My goal is to encourage you to take action every week. Apply these habits, apply these strategies so that you can move forward. It all starts with mindset. So once you start to get the right information and start thinking the right things, then you start taking the right action, and then you end up getting the right results. This is a journey. This podcasting is a journey. So I'm going to get to know my subscribers, what you guys like to hear, how you like to hear it. We're in this together. I want to figure out what I need to do, what's required of me to get the result that you're looking for. So not only do you have to figure out what is required, but you're going to have to figure out who you need to support and guide you on a journey. Again, this channel, this podcast is another tool. This is to help open up your mind to the possibilities. So I want you to get clear on what you need. What's your journey going to require? This is what's needed to prepare. This is what's needed to heal. And I think a lot of this is left out in a lot of healing programs. They're not really taking the time to find out where you're at and what you need to go on this journey to reach that destination of health. So one thing is, I love analogies. So let's think of an analogy. Say you want to go to Los Angeles and you want to prepare for this journey. So here's your journey, Los Angeles. Remember, I said you got to know where you are. So first, where are you leaving from? Are you leaving from Atlanta? Are you leaving from New York? Are you leaving from Houston, Texas? You have to know where you're starting. I'm in the Atlanta area. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm leaving Atlanta and I'm going to Los Angeles. You can get even more specific. I'm leaving from my home address, or I'm leaving from the office, or I'm leaving from a friend's house. You got to be specific, because where you're starting will determine the route you take. If I wasn't clear, I would just jump in my car. I wouldn't know where I'm at. I just say, whoa, this is the latest place to go. Let me just jump in my car and it's out west somewhere. I'll just go. No plan, no timing, no preparation. I didn't pack my bags. I just thought it was a good idea. It's the latest fad. Everybody's going to Los Angeles. I'll go too. It would be a disaster. But do you know a lot of people approach their health that way? They just say, whoa, the latest fad, I'm going to do this. I don't know if it's right for me. I don't know if it'll help me. Disaster. People end up getting real sick and it doesn't work out right. Some people gain more weight, feel more tired, or they crash and burn, or they start and don't finish. There's so many scenarios. And pretty much it's a disaster. For the most part, you're going to waste time, energy, and money if you don't prepare. That's really what you need to understand. Even in our weight loss or health journeys, if you're not prepared, if you're not planning, you're going to waste a lot of time, effort, and money. First, what's your starting point? Where are you going to go? So, are you just going to go to LA? And then what? What you going to do when you get there? Do you want to stay in a hotel? Do you want to stay at an Airbnb? Are you staying with some friends? Do you want to stay near the beach? Are you going there to visit family? Is it a conference you're interested in going to, a concert, whatever? Why do you want to go to Los Angeles? You got to be clear, because when you have a strong why, then you can go back and figure out the how. So you know where you're at, you know where you want to go, and you know why you want to get there. So now that you know why you want to go to Los Angeles, how are you going to get there? Do you want to get to LA in a few hours? Do you want to take the long route? So if you will need to be in LA in 3 or 4 days, you might need to fly. Or if you have time and you want to make it a road trip, you may want to drive. So you need to know these things. So again, knowing your destination and being clear on where you're at and where you're going, that'll help you determine the how and which strategy is best for you. And then you got to know what is required of you. If you're traveling, you got to know, do I need to pack? What do I need to pack? If I'm going to the beach, I better not forget my bathing suit. If I'm going to a conference, I better bring my business clothes. If I have a dog, I can't bring my dog. So do I have to hire a dog sitter? There's just so many things. You got to buy the plane ticket. You got to make your reservations. There's a lot of work involved. So a lot of times in our healing journey, we know what's going to come up. We know that we're going to eat. We know we got to know where to shop. We know we got to prepare. What is required of you? Where are you going to purchase your food? How much are you going to purchase? When are you going to exercise? Where are you going to exercise? What is required? So I think you get the point. You got to think things through, and the clearer you are, the better, because you hate to be unprepared. And there's a lot of things in the journey that you can prepare for. You also need to know who you need in this journey. I think the reason why I'm able to help people so well now is because I've been through it. I know what it's like to be frustrated. I know what it's like to be overweight. I know what it's like to be tired and have headaches and digestive problems. And I also know what it's like to overcome it. These are the key things that we need in the preparation of our journeys. We need to be able to answer the where, not just where we're going, but where we're at. We need to be able to answer why we want to do it. We need to be able to answer what is required, how we're going to do it, and who do we need to guide and support us. I'll be addressing a lot of these concepts and help you thumb through a lot of the information out there as well, because the health and wellness space is extremely saturated. There's so much access to just about anything you want to know about your health. I mean, there's so many diet plans, there's so many supplements, there's so many products. It's hard to determine what you need if you don't know what you're looking for, because there's companies and programs and products everywhere. Each one is claiming to be better than the other. And like I said, you probably already tried several of these programs, pills and lotions and liquids and all these things. But the thing is, you're missing so many other steps. You're doing this not knowing where you are. For example, you're probably taking iron and you're not even iron deficient. You can have the perfect diet, but if you're not able to digest it, you're doing the wrong things in the wrong order. So it's about understanding what's required of our bodies to make it a successful journey. There's so many things that aren't explained thoroughly enough so people can understand what's going on in their bodies and what they need. And then also a lot of this information can help the things that you may be doing work even better. There's a lot of information out there. I'm just going to help you navigate through a lot of this information so you can learn what applies to you. Even if you've already done a bunch of programs, you probably quit because your expectations weren't met. You got frustrated. The program didn't work. or you made your situation worse. You may have gained more weight. You may have gotten really sick. I've heard all the stories. It is possible. And then you sit there frustrated and pouting until the next big thing comes along, the next shiny new object. And then you repeat the cycle over and over and over again and really not going anywhere. What is keeping us stuck is that lack of thorough, effective, and accurate information. Some of us are just not feeling well or not doing well because we're trying to improve our situation based on the wrong information or the information that doesn't apply to your situation. And again, I will be getting into this. I'm just trying to give you a good overview of what to expect because these are things you need to start thinking about. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know, and sometimes what you don't know can hurt you. So, my goal is to really help you take out that guesswork and share the real truth about what is happening, what is really needed to help you arrive at your health destination. It's beyond diet and exercise. There's so much that we are going to cover. But first, you need to know where you are right here, right now. Where are you now? What are you struggling with now? What about your health or your life do you want to change? And why do you want to change it? And do you know what you want? When you imagine the health that you want, what does it look like? What does it feel like? Are you setting the right goals? Because sometimes our goals aren't realistic. We can't try to reach goals if we're 50 and we want to look the way we did when we were 21. Some things can't go back to that time. Okay. So we got to learn to realize, are we trying to find a destination that is real for us? We're getting older and we got to learn to embrace that journey of getting older and being able to take care of ourselves. Because one thing I like to say is if you want to be healthy in your 50s and 60s, you got to start in your 30s and 40s. If you're 40 now, the work you put in your 40s, that's what's going to make your 50s more enjoyable. So that's why the lifestyle fix is so important. Again, this isn't about a quick fix. This is for the people that want to learn and understand so that their next 10 years can be a whole lot better. So in the journey, on the path you're on now, what's the next 10 years going to look like? If you keep doing what you've been doing and it hasn't been working, what do you think your life's going to look like in the next 10 years if you don't change the direction of your journey? And what's your life going to look like when you start doing the right things over time? What will your next 10 years look like if you do these things consistently over time? I've been where many of you are, and I'm still healing. It doesn't end. It's a journey. It definitely is a journey. I'm aware of your questions. I'm aware of your weight questions. I'm aware of the blood pressure questions, the cholesterol questions, the energy questions, the pain, what to eat, how to eat it. Is keto great? Is intermittent fasting great? I get these questions all the time. The good news is that when you understand where you're at, you will figure out what works for you and what direction you need to go into. You are searching for answers about what is going on with your health and your body. And you are tired of feeling the way you're feeling and you want to know what to do to fix it. I know you do. And I know there's been moments of discouragement. I know there's been moments when you felt misled, but this is the good news. The answers are out there. You just need to know how to find it and you need to know where to find it. But the bad news is that it's like finding a needle in a haystack. But I got you. We got this. We're going to get through this. This journey is a lifestyle. It is a journey and it doesn't end. There's so many different stages and it's a beautiful thing. So once we learn to embrace it and understand it, it'll make it a whole lot easier because you do have the power to heal. We all do. It's our birthright to be healthy. We've been blessed with our bodies and we have to learn how to take care of it and honor it and feed it the right things. It's our vessel. Our bodies are powerful. We do have the power to heal. We just have to learn to tap into that power and believe that. We're looking for those external things, but just know that deep within us, we know what's right. But I think we're just so distracted by all these external forces. We're pulled in each direction. This podcast is really about helping you being more intuitive as well and being able to tap in so you can start to understand and be drawn to those things that heal you. So what I want to do is allow that power to just be expressed, that inner power that you already have, is just help that power come out. So that power of healing can just grow inside of you so that you can heal and be that person that you were destined to be. Deep, deep down inside, you know what is best for you. You know what's best for your health. You know what's best for your life. We're just not taught to really tap into that. An animal instinctively knows what food is best for them, what they're supposed to eat. They instinctively know. But somehow we've lost that connection. But it's in there. And I want to help you get that power back. This journey is not about staying inside your comfort zone. Sometimes we got to be willing to listen to other ideas. We have to be willing to be challenged. Be willing to do something that you haven't done. Just open up your heart, open up your minds, open up your eyes, and be receptive to those things that you need to know. Because sometimes we have to step outside of our way of thinking and create a new way of thinking, because as we change our thoughts, we change our actions. And as you change your actions, you change your results. Remember that this journey isn't always easy, but it is possible. The number one thing you need to do is really believe that you can heal, and then getting clear on a lot of these things that I just mentioned. Healing is a process. It takes time to heal. Healing is a journey that requires the right mindset, accurate information, and the correct choices over time. Healing involves experience, growth, and change. And you are going to have good days and bad days. And there is always room for improvement. Healing begins when you remove the physical, chemical, and emotional barriers that prevent you from getting well. So are you ready to embrace that journey? If so, this podcast will help you identify, recognize, and navigate those hurdles while making positive changes towards your own health and wellness. Here's the deal though. Decide today to take full control over your health so you don't have to rely on doctors for the rest of your life. When you are clear about the health or the life you want to achieve, the steps you need to take to get you there will no longer feel like an uphill battle. You will begin to embrace the challenges instead of allowing them to defeat you. I promise you that. And that's really what this journey is about. Stop letting it defeat you. Stop being a victim. Stop giving up. Come on, prepare and get ready. And the more that you prepare, the better. You know it's coming, but it's better to know it's coming and be prepared for it than to be surprised and you end up getting discouraged. I am so excited. Words can't explain how grateful I am to be part of your journey. I'm just thankful you found this channel where I know you will discover the tools you need to receive that positive impact in your life. So in closing, I'm Dr. Leona Allen, your host, and I'm making a deal with you on this podcast to help you remove the physical, chemical, and emotional barriers that are holding you back from getting well. All I need from you is to feel, deal, and heal. Those are the terms. That is the heal deal. So until next time, go out there and achieve more freedom in your health and your life. Take care.